In this fast-paced fitness game, you need to be properly equipped as a personal trainer. Behind personal trainer, there's the more general term, entrepreneur. So you need to think about and invest in solutions that support your business. In this video, we're going to share with you 12 apps you absolutely must invest in 2025. Stripe. The first application you absolutely must use as a personal trainer is one that allows you to get paid. Otherwise, there is no point in telling you about the other 11 that are coming, since you won't be able to afford them. And to get paid online, nothing beats Stripe. No more chasing after customers to get paid, whether in person or online. Stripe is the simplest and best known platform to get paid for online personal training services. It's the one we have at Gymkee and the one we've been recommending for years to all our personal trainers. On Stripe, in just a few clicks, you'll be able to create your different services, set the price, determine the recurrence, create a personalized payment page, and immediately accept payments of all kinds and from all cards. You can sell your fitness programs as one-shot, one-off payments. You can create monthly subscriptions. You can create annual subscriptions. In short, you can manage your products as you want. For example, let's say you sell online fitness coaching for $150 a month. Stripe takes care of automatically charging you customers every month, sending invoices by email, and even managing failed payments by retrying several times and sending notifications to customers. All this happens automatically, without you having to do a thing. You can generate payment links directly and paste them on your website or in your Instagram bio. And if you want to offer your customers something, you can easily create coupon codes. Stripe then takes care of transferring the money to your bank account. Stripe doesn't charge a subscription fee, but they do take a commission on every transaction. The commission varies according to the monthly volume. To find out about the pricing, we've included the link to the page in the description. Gymkee. Once you've set up the app to get paid, now you need to be able to manage the clients you've just paid for your coaching. So you can't afford to waste time making your programs in PDFs, on spreadsheets, or WhatsApp, or by email. Not only do you waste time, but the experience you deliver to your customers isn't great. The best thing for you and your customers is to use a tool like Gymkee. We created Gymkee to help you deliver the best possible experience to your clients while saving you as much time as possible. With Gymkee, you can easily create your own fitness programs using drag and drop. And it doesn't matter which programs you offer, because you can also add your own exercise videos to Gymkee to use in the workout builder. You can create all kinds of exercise variations, including supersets, trisets, circuit, EMOMs, and AMRAP. You can adapt your program to all levels with exercise options. Leave comments to make it more precise. In short, you'll be able to do it all. Your customers, instead of getting a PDF, an email, or even a WhatsApp with the exercises, they have access to a real mobile app designed for them and in your colors to do their workouts. They have the exercise in front of them on video to make sure they're still doing the right movement. They have their instructions and they can leave their feedback super easily by sliding with their finger. You can manage your assessments from Gymkee and personalize them with your own questions. You can create your own food programs, healthy recipes, and even create your own Netflix of fitness by adding on-demand content. On average, Gymkee trainers save 2 hours per week per client. And on top of that, they increase their perceived value of the coaching so they can charge more. Gymkee is a single plan at just $49 a month, and then it's up to you to add the features you need. Because on Gymkee, you only pay for the features you use. Use the code VIDEOAPP2025 to get 50% off your first month after your 14-day free trial. The code is only valid for 10 trainers, so I recommend you go and create your account now. The link is in the description. If you didn't get a chance to use it, stay until the end of the video because we're going to randomly show you 3 codes that will save you 30% on your first month. Fiverr. The next one isn't really an app, but more of a marketplace. As a personal trainer, as we said in the introduction, you are above all an entrepreneur. To drive your business forward, you wear many hats. You do the coaching, you do the marketing, you do the selling, you do the content creation, you do the editing, and you're doing the accounting. In short, you do a lot of things. This takes up a lot of your energy, leaving less and less for the things that matter, coaching your clients. One of the best things you can do is delegate. Delegate tasks that aren't your expertise so that you can concentrate on the ones you know will significantly impact your business. That's where Fiverr comes in. Need art direction for your business? You can find an expert on Fiverr to do it for you. Need a video editor? You can find one to delegate your editing to. Need a designer to bring your Instagram post ideas to life? You can find good designers on Fiverr. Of course, the quality of the rendering depends on the budget you're willing to put in. But Fiverr gives you the opportunity to create a team from the four corners of the world to work on your business. Creating a small team of freelancers and surrounding yourself with AI, we'll talk more about this later, can now enable you to run your business alone from home. We've already worked with a lot of freelancers on Fiverr, and one of the pieces of advice we can give you is not to be afraid to invest. Submagic. This fourth app will save you hours of editing time and will, for sure, increasing your numbers of views. Today, you need to publish more and more content, especially short content, adapted to platforms like TikTok or Instagram with Reels. One of the most widely used methods is subtitles. Subtitles capture the viewer's attention and guide them through the video. Except if you've ever tried to edit a video and add subtitles, you know what a pain it is. To save you hours of subtitling, we recommend you use Submagic. Submagic is an artificial intelligence-based tool that lets you automatically generate subtitles for your videos in a few seconds. Simply take a video, add it to Submagic, use or create your own subtitle style and generate them. Once they're generated, all you have to do is check for errors and rearrange the text as you want it to appear. And voila, you've got a video with catchy subtitles ready to be published. The great thing about Submagic is that it doesn't just stop at subtitles. It also lets you add a few transitions and cool zoom effects to make your video even more catchy and encourage people to watch it all the way through. With all this, you've just saved yourself a huge amount of production time and improved the quality of the content you published on social media with just a little effort. That's the power of artificial intelligence when put to work for your business. They enable you to simplify your day-to-day life while being even more productive with the minimum of effort. We'll talk about this with the next tools. You'll find the link to Submagic in the description. Zapier. In your day-to-day work, there are a ton of repetitive tasks you do that take up a lot of your time and energy. A lot of these tasks could be automated, allowing you to focus on what's most important, coaching your client, especially the tasks linked to the tools you use. If you follow this video, after watching it, you should add a few more apps to your daily tool stack. And more tools means more repetitive tasks to manage. That's where our fifth application comes in, Zapier. If you're a gamer, you know what a zap is. And now you know what this tool is for. A zap is when you go from A to B quickly. In video games, it's what connects two worlds or two places in the world. In the case of Zapier, it's going to let you connect two of them, if not more. For example, let's say a customer has just paid for a subscription on your website for online coaching and you're using Gymkee. There are two different apps used here, Stripe and Gymkee. Once your customer has paid, you have to manually add them to Gymkee to give them access to the platform. That's fine if you've got 5 customers to deal with in a month. More, and it starts to get tedious. That's where Zapier comes in. What you'll be able to do is create a zap between Stripe and Gymkee. The element that triggers the automation is the fact that the customer takes out a new subscription to your online coaching service. Once the customer has paid, this will trigger the automation action and retrieve the data Gymkee needs to add a new customer to the platform. Zapier takes care of retrieving information such as the customer's first name, last name, and email address, and automatically sends it to Gymkee. Once Gymkee has the information, Gymkee adds the customer and sends them the invitation. By creating this simple zap in 5 minutes, you've just saved yourself time on a recurring task with a little added value. For example, you can send an email to a customer as soon as they've created their account to welcome them. Or you can automatically send an email when an assessment has just been completed to let your customer know that you've seen it and will soon be processing it. There are lots of possibilities, and Zapier is a widely used tool. So you'll find plenty of videos on the subject for creating all kinds of zaps. Canva. As we made clear in the video and in all the other videos we share, today, content is key and it must be at the heart of your business strategy. The thing is, a lot of personal trainers don't get into content creation because they don't have the technical skills to edit or design posts. At least, they think they have to be incredible designers or editors to start publishing content, which is obviously not the case. Firstly, because you can delegate this part of the design, as we told you when we talked about Fiverr, and also because today we're lucky enough to have so many applications that make your work easier. Easy to use design applications like Canva. Just a few years ago, you would have had to spend hours trying to figure out how Photoshop worked in order to create designs that were more or less cool. Today, with Canva, it's much simpler. Even if you have zero design experience or have never used similar tools, you can easily create designs to share on your social media sites in just a few minutes. From carousels and infographics to YouTube thumbnails, you can do absolutely anything with it and use the thousands of templates already available on the platform to save your time. Canva recently introduced a whole design system based on artificial intelligence, so your only limit is really your creativity. On today's platforms, visual count a lot, so you can't afford to make designs that don't look good. Designs reflect your brand, and it's in your interest to make sure they are as polished as possible. If you'd like to find out about Canva prices and try out the tool, the link is in the description. CapCut. Today, video is the #1 type of content shared on platforms. With the arrival of TikTok, all the other platforms started offering video only, or making it the most advanced content. The reason for this is simple. Today, video is what people want to consume. People want videos, not just images. That is why, right from the start with Gymkee, we decided to base our exercise library only around video. We felt that people didn't want to have images to show them exercise movements or workouts. So yes, in the early days, it was more complicated. It costs more in storage to make video than images and it takes more time. But in the midterm, it turned out to be the best decision for our trainers. People want to consume video today, so you have to produce video content. You really have to see it as a strength rather than a constraint, because as I said, the platforms are really focusing on it. Right now, if you produce a video for TikTok, you can also publish it on Instagram Reels, on YouTube Shorts, or even on Snapchat. A single video allows you to reach 4 platforms, not to mention other like LinkedIn or X, on which you can also publish your content. TikTok, who launched the craze, and who, for obvious business reasons, wanted to make content creation accessible to people in order to encourage more and more of them to publish on their platform, created CapCut. CapCut enables anyone with or without editing experience to easily edit their videos for publications on vertical platforms. Whether it's simple editing or complex editing, such as adding zooms, cool transitions, motion design, or other elements, CapCut does it all. No need to spend hours learning how to use Premiere Pro. Just go for simplicity using this kind of tool. Find the link to use CapCut in the description. Before we move on to the next app, if you learned anything from this video, subscribe and put a like on it so you don't miss out on any of the next videos we publish to help you develop your personal training business. Mailing tool. Of all the apps we've shared with you and are about to share with you, this is probably the least sexy, and yet it's one of the most important one. We're obviously talking about your email app. I haven't necessarily chosen one, but several, because they're all basically the same, and the difference will be based on your needs. We talked about this in a video we shared recently when we said that the best thing you can do for your business is to create an email base. If you haven't seen the video, the link is in the description to watch it afterwards. Building up an email base is the oldest and least sexy marketing trick in the book, and yet it's the one that delivers the best possible performance. In 2025 and for years to come, it will still be an amazing and valuable asset for your personal trainer business. The strength of email is that, unlike social media, your content doesn't go unnoticed. When you send an email to someone in your database, you have a 100% chance of them receiving it in their mailbox. Then, all you have to do is get them to open and read it. Now for the tools to use, you have several that are very good. The first one, customer.io, which we use at Gymkee. The second one, Brevo, and the third one, MailChimp. Each platform has its pros and cons. For example, on customer.io, you can go much further in terms of personalizing messages according according to very specific criteria that you can set up, something you can do on MailChimp, for example. In any case, it doesn't matter which of the three you use, as long as you set up a system to collect your audience's email addresses and a system to convert them for your coaching. Investing in the creation of your email base and in a tool to do it the right way is the best investment you can make in your business. On average, businesses that spend $1 on email marketing get back $42. That's $1 for 42 or 4,200% return on investment, which beats all the other marketing strategies. The downside is that it takes more time and effort to build a healthy email base, but it's still one of the best things you can do for your personal training business. The link to the three platforms is available in the description. ChatGPT. Unless you live in a cave, you've already heard of ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence that initiated a complete change in the world a few years ago. In fact, it's thanks to them that other AI apps we've introduced in this video, such as Submagic and the Canva AI feature, have come to life. ChatGPT, unlike these apps, is still just a chatbot. So how can a chatbot be a must-have app for personal trainers in 2025? Well, because you can really build your business around it and do things you never thought possible. With ChatGPT, you can create your own team for just $20 a month. For example, you can create an agent who will help you create content for short formats. You can also create an agent who is a personal trainer who can challenge you on the creation of programs for your client. You can also create an agent who is a nutritionist to help you create healthy recipes for your customers, or an accountant, or why not an agent to help you rephrase your sentences for your customers. On top of that, if you're creating content and you've got the budget, you can take the $20 per month plan. This plan gives you access to the deep search feature, which gives you more relevant content. For example, if you want to make a video on the caloric deficit and you want to use serious sources, you can use it to do all the research for you. After that, all you have to do is write, or no, ask your agent to do it for you. Ahrefs. Have you ever heard of SEO? To put it very simply, SEO means optimizing your content and your website to appear as high as possible on search engines. This type of marketing is increasingly being abandoned, but it's never really been used by personal trainers. SEO is clearly not a priority at first if you don't know how to go about producing content. We'll always recommend publishing on platforms because they maximize the impact of your content in the short term. But for the long term, one of the best things you can do is invest on your SEO. SEO can take two forms relevant to personal trainers. The first one is through the creation of video content on YouTube, and the second is through the creation of blog posts on your website. Many people forget that YouTube is the second most used search engine in the world, behind Google. It's not for nothing that Google bought YouTube. The principle of search engine optimization, SEO, is to position yourself on specific keywords that are relevant to your target audience. For your niche, there are inevitably strong keywords on which there's research every month that you can use to create your next content. The thing is, you've got to find those keywords. That's where our 10th application comes in. This is the tool we use at Gymkee to position ourselves on the right keywords. When you're on it, you can search for keywords you can use for your content, get information on traffic and keyword difficulty. You can also link your website to Ahrefs and see its performance in real time. You can see how you're ranking on certain keywords, traffic, etc. If you want to rank well on search engines and redirect traffic to your website or your content to convert more customers, I'll let you discover Ahrefs in description. Screen Studio. This 11th application is the gem we discovered last year with the team. For all kinds of reasons, you might need to record your screen. Whether it's to explain a program to a client, go over an assessment, create a video course, or even make a tutorial. Lots of coaches don't know which tool to use for screen recording, which is why in our last videos we introduced Loom. But now we've switched from Loom to Screen Studio. Screen Studio lets you record your screen in much higher quality, and that's not all. It automatically adds zooms, transitions, and really cool effects to your screen recordings, making them look even more polished and professional. All this without you having to do any editing at all. You can then adjust the zoom size and add your own effects, but honestly, it already does a great job by default. In fact, we're using Screen Studio to record the Gymkee product videos and the screen captures of the app apps we just shared with, it wasn't on the original list. But since we've been using it to record our screen when demonstrating the other apps, we decided to add it. To start using Screen Studio, check out the link in the description. By this point in the video, we've already shared 4 codes that let you get anywhere from 50% to 30% off your first plan on Gymkee after your free 14-day trial. If you really want to step things up and provide the best possible coaching experience for your clients, we highly recommend using Gymkee. As we showed you earlier in the video, you can do absolutely everything on Gymkee, and it's designed to adapt to all types of coaching. Gymkee will save you a lot of time, deliver the best possible coaching experience to your clients, and on top of that, it will help you increase the perceived value of your coaching. To try Gymkee for free, check out the link in the description. Typeform, the last tool, shines a spotlight on something many coaches tend to overlook: forms. Since you can no longer afford to use PDFs or Excel for creating your programs, you also can't rely on Google Forms or simply emailing or WhatsApping questions to your clients. Typically, from the very first contact between a personal trainer and the client, there's a form involved. But in 90% of cases, the form looks like this or that, which means that right from the start, the client experience isn't very good. To truly elevate your client's experience, when they fill out forms, you can use a tool like Typeform. Typeform lets you create all kinds of forms with any type of questions, whether they are multiple choice, yes or no, or standard open-ended questions. Its biggest advantage is that it's always finding new ways to innovate and improve the form filling experience. So when a client goes to fill out a form, the experience is top-notch, question by question, and they are much more likely to finish it. If you're serious about the experience you provide to your clients, you need to use this kind of tool. You should be looking to minimize any friction your clients or potential clients might face, which will maximize the chances they'll want to work with you or continue working with you. To add to this video, I recommend you watch this one. As an online personal trainer, one of the smartest moves you can make is to create your own exercise videos. People want to see you in the videos, not someone else. In this video, we're going to show you how to create your own exercise video to take your coaching to the next level.